Hello, my name is Abe, and welcome back to Enter the Gungeon. Today I'm going to be doing a Mod the Gungeon challenge run, as you could probably imagine, thanks to all of these chests that have been opened here. I just had to spawn in all of these chests in order to get one particular item that is not in the Mod the Gungeon item database here. So what this is going to be is a Microtransaction Gun run. I've given myself loot bag, as you can see on my back there. I've given myself 10 coin crowns, and they do work independently of one another. And I've given myself 9 curse from the curse shrine, and I'm gonna try to do a run using only my starter pistol and microtransaction gun. Why? Because Ryan Dao really wanted to see a microtransaction run, and I've been thinking about doing challenge runs like this where I'm trying to do a run using an item that I don't necessarily use, that I don't necessarily have that that much fondness for, and this is a good opportunity, I think, to maybe try to use the microtransaction gun a little bit here and to see if maybe it's actually like a really strong, good weapon for normal runs too, you know? Like I've been into this idea about using support weapons in Gungeon. You know, if you've got a weapon and it's not necessarily super amazing, you can still use it for support. I mean, your plunger, your fossilized gun, those are kind of made for being support weapons, but even things that are not as obvious can be used as a support weapon, and maybe the microtransaction gun can be a good support weapon for us. Maybe I've got to learn how to use it, and maybe I need a run like this in order to learn how to use it. So we are going to give it a shot here. I actually did not get a lot of money on that room. I'm going to try my best, of course, to not take any damage because we have the loot bag, and as having the loot bag, that means that we want to try to not take any damage. We'll get extra money from killing enemies. Ideally, we can save up money in the microtransaction gun to fight bosses, and I'm hoping that it's going to do a lot of damage. I know that some of the bullets from microtransaction gun do a lot of damage. Some of them bounce, some of them pierce, some of them poison, some of them charm. I think that's probably about it. You have bouncing shots, you have piercing shots, poison, charm, and then high damage shots, I think. So, you know, hopefully I can just save up money. I have a boss killer ideally in the microtransaction gun, and we'll see how it works. I've tried, also, before you ask, I did try giving myself like 10 loot bags, and it doesn't work. I'm actually not even sure loot bag works at all when you have more than one, but I couldn't get it to work in such a way that I was getting a lot of money back from loot bag, so I guess we're just going to leave it as it is. We just have one loot bag. That is enough, you know, hopefully to get extra money from killing enemies. Of course, if we take damage, we're going to drop a lot of our money on the ground, so we're just going to try to avoid that whenever possible. As we make our way in the world today, trying to collect as much money as possible. Although honestly, at only 59 credits, it does feel like I'm a little bit light on cash. Maybe I should have primed the run by giving myself one suitcase or briefcase of cash, so that I could have had a little bit of extra money in order to start using the microtransaction gun instead of just having to, you know, worry about picking up money before the boss fight. But let's see how this goes. Let's see how the first floor boss works for us. Maybe I'm going to have plenty of money to defeat the first floor boss. Maybe I'm gonna need thousands and thousands of credits in order to make a microtransaction gun through the entire game work. And if that's the case, you know, I'll give myself some extra money or something, or I'll restart the run and I'll give myself, you know, like 5 briefcases of cash or 20 coin crowns or something. Guess it all just depends on what the hell I want to do with it, doesn't it? Doesn't it? So far the run is going fine. Microtransaction gun isn't a super amazing weapon. It's a little bit inaccurate. It doesn't seem to do that much damage for the fact that you are using your money, and considering that this is not, you know, AG&D, this is not the game post, you know, money rebalancing. I'll take it. Money is hard to come by, and money is important. The fact that we are spending it firing the microtransaction gun is kind of annoying, honestly. But let's see if 71 credits is enough to get the kill on the first floor boss, which is gonna be the Trigger Twins. So some of the shots will pierce, some will start enemies on fire. The benefit, I suppose, of this gun is that we do not have to reload it, but we are going to run out of ammo, I think, on this boss, which is not ideal. Yeah, we are absolutely gonna run out of ammo. It's a good support weapon, it does good damage, I suppose. It just runs through ammo way too quickly. Gotta figure out what the hell I'm gonna do about this, because that doesn't seem like we are gonna have enough ammo in order to kill some of the later floor bosses and such. So maybe what I should do is give myself like a briefcase of cash every floor to kind of prime the floor, and then we'll go from there, you know? So I'll go down to the next floor, I'll give myself one briefcase of cash, and then on the third floor, I'll give myself another. On the fourth floor, I will give myself another, and that'll prime our use of the microtransaction gun for the floor and the boss. So give, briefcase of cash. You know, if this is supposed to be a microtransaction gun run, let's actually use the microtransaction gun by making sure I have the ammo for it. But I will still try my best to not abuse microtransaction gun. I will still use my starting pistol occasionally, but at least now I have a, you know, more of a reason to actually use this gun instead of the other gun. Oh, you're dead. Wow, you're not dead. Even though I had him charmed. He should stand in the fire if he's charmed. Come on. Oh my god, come on. You can freaking die already. Looks like maybe some of the shots also home. I'm seeing some, like, plush dolls of, like, I wish I could take ammo for it. Plush dolls of, like, the Marine and the Convict kind of bouncing around in there. I think the Convict was the one that was starting enemies on fire, maybe? Okay, we should still use it a little bit. Just go in there. Just go in there. When I want to get the piercing shot, I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. Microtransaction gun, you're kind of a bad gun. What bullet is it that is causing the charming shots? I'd like to be able to identify these based off of visual, but it is kind of difficult. So we have, I can just look on the ground. So we have hunters, we have bullets, we have books. Is that a book? Looks like a book. We have convicts. We have pilots, so I guess it's every character plus maybe something else. Yeah. I just wish I had time to, like, pay attention to what bullets I was firing, but I want to fire quickly in order to kill things. It's kind of a catch-22. So that's like an L. What was that L I was firing? I can't even see it. So the bullet charms, the bullet charms, or the bullet from the microtransaction gun charms. The green one might occasionally poison enemies, but it doesn't seem to do it frequently. The Marine pierces and bounces. Okay. This is gonna be confusing. As I try to figure out what the hell this gun is doing, this is gonna be confusing for me. That's a mimic, huh? Well, who cares? I'm trying to learn. I won't buy anything on this run. So the hunter just does damage, I suppose. That didn't seem particularly impressive. The bullet, so our bullet charmed him. We charmed him. The convict is the one that is lighting enemies on fire. Okay, this is confusing. It's confusing and not consistent at all. So I have to think to myself, what the hell is gonna happen to the enemies? Are they gonna light on fire? Are they gonna get poisoned? Are they gonna be charmed? It's not consistent, but I suppose any gun in the game that has status effects is not necessarily entirely consistent. I do like getting the charm shot. Whenever possible, but still. And actually our money situation is going a lot better now. What was that L? Oh, the L is a book, and the book opens when it hits someone. So what, I must be seeing like, you know, a half perspective of the book from the side, and then it opens up when it hits an enemy. Okay, that explains it. That explains why I always thought that I was firing letters at enemies. I'm not firing letters, it just looks like a letter when it comes out of the gun. Okay. Okay. Yeah, all right, all right. I got one of them. It's also just kind of hard to tell because it's all so pixelated. You know, the resolution isn't that good on Gungeon. I know it's supposed to be a intentional, like it's an artistic, you know, method of expression, but still, like it would be nice to be able to actually see what the hell these icons look like when they come out of the gun. It is difficult to tell what the hell's going on when I'm using the gun. And that's part of the problem when I use Microtransaction Gun, I think, is that I like to anticipate what's gonna happen with the bullet traveling through the air, but I can't because it is just kind of difficult to see. But you know what? Honestly, Microtransaction Gun is going fine. Not particularly impressed with it. Oh, F. I hate Doorlord. Doorlord is my least flawlessable boss. I'm not gonna say least favorite because he's kind of a cool boss that he is a door, but he is my least flawlessable boss because I tend to take damage on him because he is very annoying with that laser of his. On fire. He's teleporting? No, he's just licking. You know what? Blank that, because if I don't blank it, I'm gonna take damage, and I almost took damage. For some reason, the blank didn't cancel his laser. That was very strange and very unexpected. I mean, this is my problem with Microtransaction Gun, really. It used 120 shots to kill an enemy. That's not very good. That's not very good. That's a lot of ammo. That's a lot of money, is what that is. You know, you can't really use it to kill a boss. You can use it for, I think you can use it a little bit for room-to-room combat, especially if it's your only gun, but I don't know. I'm still not that impressed with the Microtransaction Gun after using it for 2 floors, but we'll see if it's gonna grow on me, maybe. You see, and when you're looking to get the charm, you don't get the charm. It has far too many status effects it can apply. I guess the good thing is that whenever the bullet comes out, the status effect is guaranteed to apply, isn't it? You know? Because it has a chance to fire the bullet plushie, but the bullet plushie has a 100% chance of actually applying the charm on an enemy, so maybe that's its benefit. Of course, the problem is that I've been noticing for things like that poison shot, that big old green circle, it doesn't actually seem to be applying any sort of poison to the enemy, so what does that do? Is that just an attack? Does it do a lot of damage? Doesn't seem like it. I would expect that big green circle to actually do poisoning, but it's not. I mean, it would make sense because we already have charming, we have fire. Maybe it only has a chance of poisoning. But the convict plushie has a 100% chance of lighting the ground on fire when it lands, or at least I think it's a 100%. It does seem to be that. He's charmed. I wasted a bullet. I wasted a charming bullet. Oh, you don't really matter, do you? Now, I don't like that you are jammed. It's gonna make you a big pain in the ass. You're gonna still try to buff the enemies even though you're on my side, which I always hate. Good job. Your credit to your species. The species of Homer Simpson look-alike bulletkins. It's really what he is. They're all yellow. That's not a healthy color, even for a bulletkin. Well, how would I know? I'm not a bulletkin. I don't know one. I only know one in the breach. Maybe the green ones do a lot of damage. I'm noticing also that the pilot plushies don't seem to do anything. They just hit the enemy in the face and then bounce off. So it's kind of a little unfortunate. But, you know, the convict, I like the convict. Ooh. I like the convict plushie. It's guaranteed fire damage. It seems really fantastic. At least it seems to be guaranteed fire damage, because it does create like a very small puddle on the ground. I did charm one of those bulletkins, so I'm not terribly worried. Well, he's not charmed anymore. Oh, something's homing. Is that the pilot? Is the pilot shot homing? Is that why I never really noticed it happen? What does a hunter do then? Yeah, I don't know. I gotta learn the rules of the microtransaction gun before I can really use the microtransaction gun. And I guess if I give myself a briefcase of cash every floor with 10 coin crowns with loot bag, that's enough money that I can actually use this gun permanently. Like, it is not very ammo efficient. But I'll keep doing it like this. I'll keep giving myself a, Now the pilot doesn't seem to home. Maybe it is the hunter that homes then. I'm trying to figure it out just by like purposefully missing my target a little bit here. Is that a hunter bullet? No, that was a bullet. Yeah, the hunter might home. It did look like it kind of homed in there. I don't know. But if the hunter homes, and it kind of makes sense that the hunters would home because the hunter is a hunter and the bullets would home in on enemies, you know? But if it is the hunter that homes, what does the pilot do? Hell if I know. You hit an enemy and you get some coolness or something? I don't know. Would ideally be something really good and amazing because otherwise when you get the pilot bullet, you're like, oh, pilot bullet sucks. Yo, get in the fire. You will die if you get in the fire and I can just shoot you. I don't know. Well, I mean, I know that we should be fine on this run, not because of microtransaction gun, it's because I keep giving myself all this money so I can use it, you know? Microtransaction gun is not the reason for the victory here. It's going to be because I keep giving myself all this money. Yeah, I mean, oh God. There we go. I still think that microtransaction gun is basically a worthless gun. This is a gun that when you pick it up, you think to yourself, ooh, an A-tier gun I can gun munch to get another A-tier gun. Which is not strong praise in the least, but, you know, it is what it is. Where are you, buddy? Maybe the pilot just does a lot of damage. Because if the hunter homes and the marine shot pierces, and the convict shot lights enemies on fire, the pilot shot might just do a lot of damage. That's kind of weird to think about because the pilot doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage. He's not known for it or anything. He's known for his ammo capacity up and his, you know, better shot prices and his absolutely horrifyingly bad starter pistol. You know, I will play your game. Just for practice, really. Just gotta remember how the hell to get the flawlesses in this guy's game. I think I always end up doing that. I try to bounce a shot off of the green one and it never works. I should just worry about bouncing a shot off of that back wall and then you bounce another shot off of the back, like here. I'll wait a second. And then you bounce a shot off of the top. It's about 45 degrees. I could have gotten the last one. I should have gotten the last one. I really want to hit death with the charming shot, honestly. Like, if it was more consistent, if I could get a charming shot on, like, every bullet, Hell yeah, I would use the crap out of the microtransaction gun. It would be just like an instant charmer. But again, because the shots have a little bit of spread, it is a little bit difficult sometimes to land the correct shots. Trying to land the actual bullet plush on your enemy might be a little bit awkward. Damage-wise, I'm actually not even sure we have enough to defeat, like, the dragon and the lich. We're going to need a lot of extra money, I think. But we'll see what happens. See, like, 3 shots to kill one of those guys is not particularly good. These guys tend to have pretty low HP, and for it to take 3 shots to kill him, it's like, oh, well, I could just, like, have a better gun. It takes 5 shots for my starting pistol and 3 shots with the microtransaction gun, plus the 3 cents. That's not a good purchase. Like, that is not a good gun. Man, MTX gun, you suck. You're gonna get me through this run, but you're still gonna suck. Yo, light him on fire. Convict, I need you. I could also be trying to, like, pay attention to how much damage my shots are doing, but I'm just trying to, you know, dodge and nonsense. You know, all that other important stuff in Gungeon. Don't really want to use a blank there, but let's try to get the flawless, you know? We got nothing else going on for us today. I like that I don't have to reload. I keep thinking I have to reload and I keep pressing R, but don't gotta reload on this. I don't know. Damage seems like at times it's fine and at times it's absolutely terrible. It's like if you don't get a lot of the pilots or something, then your damage output is just not very good. I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's hard to describe. But you're probably noticing, and you're probably noticing a lot more clearly than I am because you can actually pay attention to the HP bar on the bosses. It's a funny one. It's a funny run. It's a funny gun, and it's a funny run. And it's only gonna get, you know, harder as it goes. There we go. I'm actually thinking to myself, I should probably try to save ammo in it for the dragon fight. The dragon is such a tanky boss. Oop, no targeting icon on the hammer, that's unfortunate. Run! I don't know why that happens, but it does happen every once in a while. I thought you were charmed! Oh, you're the charmed guy, okay. That's okay. Yeah, there's a lot of jammed enemies. I know I took the curse shrine at the beginning of the game, but that's still a lot of curse. And I got like 5 cents for doing the room. Sometimes it doesn't seem like I'm getting enough value out of this. Can we kill him? No. That's okay. I mean, I don't need to worry about killing him. I'm not using the keys for anything. Just good practice, I suppose. So this is gonna be a hammer time room, isn't it? Yeah. Shoot your friend! If only you stupid blob could actually do attacking. Like fire a gun or something. Okay. Well, at least you're on fire now. There we go. Not a lot of money. Loot bag is kind of disappointing at times. I guess so far we've been pretty good about not taking damage, but would still prefer more. More money. We just keep losing money every single room. Yeah, we're probably not gonna have enough money in one briefcase of cash in order to kill the Lich. We might have enough money to kill the dragon. But after that, it's kind of a toss-up. It's just because bullet hell is just so much more difficult, you know? So much more of a pain in the ass. I wish that you didn't block bullets. Ah, I wish I didn't roll into the enemy. Let's pick up that 50 credit piece that we just dropped. I think that's my first damage I've taken on the run. And really, I just did it because I didn't want to try to kill death. And red mages are kind of a bit of a problem right now because I can't get around the fact that they suck up my bullets. I don't have a laser rifle, a mine cutter, a what else? What else can get through red mages? I'm trying to think of all the different items that can get through red mages. Heck Blaster can. That's another good one. You're over here somewhere. And I worry about giving the red mage one of my like marine bullets, the one that kind of pierces and bounces around. That seems like it would be a bad thing. So ideally I would like to not have that happen. Charming is really nice for these guys. Get away from me. Ugh. Hopefully I've got good range on this pistol. I don't. This room sucks. So we're down to 299 bucks. Ah shit, I'm not gonna be able to kill the Summomancer either. He's on my side, but he's not doing anything. Uh-oh. This is a problem. Yeah, let's get out of here. Go. He's dead. No. No. Hey, we made money. We made 1 credit on a room. It's as much as I could ever hope for. Oh, I hate this room. It's always a gun cultist and a random bullet. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to go get you. That's your charm. Get over here. Get over here. Okay. Lost a lot of money on that room, and I lost another loan to Ditech. Hey, there we go. At least we found the boss fight. Yeah, Microtransaction Gun, you kind of suck. It's hard to get money on runs normally, so having to spend like 30 credits to clear 1 room with the Microtransaction Gun just seems like such a waste. Ah, it's gotta be a blank, unfortunately. And I'm not even gonna have enough money to kill the dragon in 1 Microtransaction Gun in 300 bucks. I guess we're not getting any value out of the poison, the charming, or the fire, so this is not a very good gun to be using for this situation. It did take damage. And I don't know if I picked up any of the money or not. I hope I did. I for some reason, keep picking up the money as soon as I take damage, which I suppose is good. Maybe it's because I blank and the blank picks up any money that the blank touches or something. Which would actually explain a great deal about why sometimes when I use this gun, I feel like I'm not losing money even though I should be. Or maybe it's because I'm just too far down to the lower section of the screen and it's not working properly or something. I don't know. But in any case, we're almost completely out of money. Now we are out of money. So, we have to kill the dragon using our starting pistol. Then maybe on the next floor I'll give myself like 2 or 3 briefcases of cash or something. Don't dragon breath me. I almost don't have enough range to hit the dragon. I guess I could be using the bow or the crossbow. It is a weapon that I had. Oh my god, what the hell? I'm not sure if I can spend the time dealing with this. I'd much prefer it if you just died, like, right now. It did take one hit. Oh, I almost took another hit. Yeah, this sucks. It's like a challenge run in its own. It's just like, hey, try to defeat the dragon. You got no guns. You can do it. Prefer to not be the hunter. If I'm trying to defeat the dragon and I can choose what character I am, I'm either gonna be the convict, or I'm gonna be the robot, or I'm gonna be the bullet. Look at how many freaking plushies are in front of this dragon. You seeing this? What the hell? I'm gonna defeat the dragon using my starting pistol, because why the hell not? The jam dragon. Unfortunately, we didn't get the Let God on the run, but maybe if I had a little bit of extra money, I could have. If I had more money, I would have been able to kill those wall knives, those SMGs on the knives, a little bit faster. And I would have felt a lot better about it. I wouldn't have had to dodge so awkwardly at times and get hit by a couple of shots from the SMGs, but whatever. Should also point out, microtransactions suck. Just putting that out there. I wonder how many people actually bought the microtransaction gun for Gungeon, because you could have bought it in Steam. I think there was a, you know, there's like, you can have this Enter the Gungeon comic book, you can have this soundtrack, and you can also buy the microtransaction gun. It's pay to play. I wonder how many people bought it legitimately. I mean, it's a fun, like, support the developer type of an item, I suppose, but it's just so bad. I never want to see this gun again. You know what I should do is, before I start any run of Enter the Gungeon, I should give myself the microtransaction gun so that it doesn't appear on my next run. Because that's something that I figured out today, and in case you're still watching this run, while I defeat the dragon using nothing but my starting pistol, I realized today that Gungeon has item memory. And what this means is that if you have an item on any single run of Gungeon, you can't get that item on a future run of Gungeon, or I should say on your next run of Gungeon. So I noticed, well, I should say from chests. Because I noticed when I was trying to find a way to give myself the loot bag, because the loot bag is not in the item database for Mod the Gungeon, I had to spawn a bunch of chests and then open all of the chests until I found one that had the loot bag, and that's why at the beginning of this run you saw all those chests open with items on the ground. And so I realized when I did a quick reset, any item that I picked up on the previous iteration, on the previous quick restart, didn't appear on the next run. So there is some item memory in Gungeon. If you pick up an item, then on your next run it won't appear in chests. Maybe it can still appear in shops or as a boss drop reward or something, I have no idea. But at least for chests, you can't pick up the item. And that's kind of interesting. It means that you can kind of cheese the hell out of Gungeon. If you don't want microtransaction gun, well, load up Mod the Gungeon, give yourself microtransaction gun, or drop chests until you get it from the chest. Then close your game, and then when you start up a new run without Mod the Gungeon, it will just not appear in your run at all, which is kind of strange. So give briefcase of cash. I'll give myself 4 of them, why not? And it also means that, like, if someone's doing a, like, challenge mode runs in Gungeon or something, they can kind of surreptitiously adjust the RNG of the game by giving themselves items before they start a recording or something. Like, if someone's trying to do a streak of Enter the Gungeon, I'm not saying I would do this, no, I'm saying other people might. But if you give yourself a, oh my God, when are you gonna fucking die? if you give yourself bad items, they won't appear in future runs, or I should say, in your next run. I keep saying future runs. What I really mean is your next run. So, you know, if I wanted to, I could start the next run immediately after this one, not have the microtransaction gun ever appear in it, theoretically. But I think the problem with that is that items like the loot bag would not appear, and I have to wonder if maybe that's why in some of my past runs, whenever I've picked up like the drill or the payday mask or the loot bag, I don't get all three of the items. Maybe because in the previous run, the immediate previous run, I never had, or I should say I did pick up one of the other items or something. You know, maybe there is some weirdness happening with the drops or something. I don't know. It's a weird, that's like the worst dodge ever. It's the weirdest thing for Gungeon to have, but I understand completely why it's here. It's here for item diversity, so that if you start a run, you don't just get the same items you had on the previous run just due to RNG. But it's also, it's nice to sometimes get consistent items that you can maybe pick up on a regular basis, you know? Like, there's a reason why I like picking up the shotgun, even if it's buying it from a shop, because it's a good gun. I like having it. Ah, crap. Get away from me! This gun has like no knockback. Well, I am taking a lot of damage here, but maybe it does have a lot of knockback and I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm taking a lot of damage here. This is not good. I just have one gun and it is the microtransaction gun. Please spare me. Well, I'm doing this to myself. You know what I need to do is charm that guy. I suppose just lighting enemies on fire works too. Please charm him. Please charm him. Yes! It was far too late to actually be useful, but it worked. I got the charm. Well, at least we know what to do here. Excuse me. Whatever, you don't matter at all, dude. Quickly. Maybe I should just start, you know, using Microtransaction Gun as a support weapon, just using it on occasion when I need to just hit an enemy really quickly to try to kill him fast, you know, like I just did a second ago. I don't know. Gun's weird, mate. Oh, what? I had that dodge. I flipped the table before I took a bullet to the face. You can't tell me I didn't, game. There's only one enemy left, right? Yeah. It is a blue nova, but a supernova. Oh, God, you suck. One of the worst enemies in the game while jammed. Kohlers still might be a little bit worse. There we go, we got some HP. This is the first floor where I actually do need some HP. Charm? 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 He's still alive, Charm dude. You haven't done a very good job of killing him yet. Can't use Microtransaction Gun. I suppose I could. But one gun nut is easy enough to take out with the pistol. Save it for this guy. Oh. Charm him. Keep him charmed. He can't shoot while he's charmed. He's on fire. There we go. There we go. I guess we do have kind of a lot of money. We got a lot back from this one room because it's all just big enemies. Gun nuts, shambling rounds, lead maidens. You know, I think this is gonna loop back in this direction. Let's go this way. And hopefully we don't loop back at all. Okay, he's charmed. but he's probably still going to try to buff enemies, which I don't like. Oh God, get out! You son of a gun! I hate you. I hate you so much. You piece of garbage. You absolute piece of garbage. I hate that these guys do contact damage. Yes, I know that they're jammed. But still, I hate it so much. They are the worst. There's probably worse. Not many. Yeah, good job. This room's gonna suck. If it hasn't already, it will in a second. Don't shoot me. I should start using these blanks very occasionally, you think? Uh-oh. Yes! They're all dead. Thank you, Convict and Bullet Charm. Not giving the hunter any love, which is ironic considering I am the hunter. Okay, you gotta go. You're a jam boy, but you've gotta go. You've gotta go. At least he's on fire, but I'm using a lot of money ammo trying to kill this piece of garbage. There, he's dead. He's dead! Should have given myself a damage upgrade. Like, gilded bullets, that would have been perfect. It would have been thematically appropriate, and I would have damage. Yeah, it would have had basically double damage. But it would have meant that I maybe could have even done the run without having to give myself any briefcases of cash, right? Because you save money on the first few floors. You know, using your starting pistol to kill the first 4 bosses, not that big of a deal. And then after that, oh hey, all of a sudden you got some money. And with that money, you can then kill your 2nd and 3rd floor bosses much easier using the Microtransaction Gun and getting the damage bonus while doing it. So go this way. Thank you. So, if I had to do this run again, I think that's what I would do, is instead of giving myself the briefcases of cash, which kind of does feel a little bit like cheating, although I understand that it kind of needs to be done because I wouldn't have had enough money to use this otherwise. But I guess I could have just given myself the gilded bullets and it would have worked out hopefully fine. Man, you guys suck. Thank you. And now you are mine, and I will love you forever until you lose your charm, and I will dump you for another gun nut. Away from me. Gotta stop taking damage, keep this money flowing in. 640. That's enough for a while. You're charmed, you're charmed. You guys are charmed too, but you still gotta go. You're in the pit. Okay, I'm trying to use this maybe a little bit more tactically now. Well, I guess now we just use what works and has unlimited ammo. One day he will die, potentially. There we go. Is this the right way? This is the right way! We're gonna fight the boss! I've never been happier. Now we have 3 blanks, 2.5 HP. If ever we find a jammed phase of the Lich, we're probably gonna want to spend our blanks on that phase just to make sure our HP survives to the end. But I'm halfway decent at dodging this guy's attacks at times. I don't think he gets lit on fire. I don't think he gets poisoned. So, I mean, it's just shoot. I guess we might as well try to get the ricochet shots from the marine bullet. Where are you? You're summoning more enemies! I'm not really paying as much attention as I should. I think it's the hunter shot that keeps homing and like curling around itself trying to hit other enemies when it shouldn't. You just go straight for the face. We're not gonna have enough money to kill this guy, I don't think. Or we're gonna need more money. Just get through this phase. Get a little bit of money back. I can do the third phase with the pistol. It's difficult, but I can do it. The hardest part of the third phase is the rocket ship attack. Or the sword attack, whatever you want to call it. I call it a rocket ship, because it's a rocket ship. You know, some people say he throws a sword at you. That's not what happens, it's a rocket ship. So we're gonna be using our blanks here on this phase. At least this guy is a nice big target, but he is still kind of annoying. Oh shit! Somehow I picked up my money again. I don't know what causes that. It's like sometimes you take damage, but you just pick up your money again immediately. Better. I think we're gonna be fine. Just pop a blank. I'm firing as fast as I can. This thing doesn't fire any faster than it is right now. With 200 shots, I think we do have enough ammo to make it work to kill the third phase of the Lich. I'm glad I gave myself 4 briefcases. I was thinking, I can give myself 2, right? No. Good lord, no. We needed this ammo. I needed all this ammo. I didn't time it right. Actually, I didn't time it at all. You're still shooting! I'm trying not to waste too many bullets, but it is kind of difficult to aim this thing and dodge at the same time. Boomerang, easy enough. 31 casings, shells remaining. Jesus. So that's the microtransaction gun. It sucks. Like, I don't know. Maybe if you could choose what you get, like you could choose if you get a charm shot or poison shot or fire shot, then maybe it would be a little bit better, but you can't really do that during combat. You know, you can't really choose what you're gonna get before it comes out. Maybe it could be a little bit better. Maybe you could pick up, maybe you fire your casings at enemies and then you can go and pick up the money before it disappears, kind of like with the loot bag. With the loot bag, if you take damage, the money falls on the ground and it disappears after about 5 seconds if you don't manually pick it up. Otherwise, throughout the entire game of Gungeon, if ever you drop money on the ground, if ever an enemy dies and they drop money, it just gets sucked into you when you finish the room. So maybe make it so that the microtransaction gun fires your money, but then you can pick it up and reuse it or something. Like, or maybe it's like a one-shot gun, but it fires all of your money in like one big blast, and it can bypass the DPS cap on bosses, and it's kind of like a weird makeshift cannon type of a gun where like you just shove it full of your cash and then you shoot it. I don't know. Something a little bit better than just what it is, which is just kind of like, hey, it does a little bit more damage than like a normal gun, and sometimes it pierces, and sometimes it charms, and sometimes it lights enemies on fire, and before you know it, you're out of money. I spent 3,452 shots with the microtransaction gun on this run, and still that almost ended up not being enough. And I used my starting pistol for kind of a lot of it too. So microtransaction gun, you suck. You, however, the viewer, do not suck. Thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe for more, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Enter the Gungeon.